Welcome. My name is Thomas. I'm here to share in this video talking about the 1040 tax return for 2021 and the 1040 2017 tax return and how tax reform has changed how we put the paperwork together, how we print out the paperwork, and the difference between then and now. And so 2017 is what you're looking at right now, 1040. And this is just before tax reform kicked in with Trump and how they made some changes that changed uh, things where it gave us additional forms to create that we had to fill out. And so this here form, before the new tax reform hit, where we would still fill out the forms the same way, that nothing changed as far as that aspect. But the tax reform laws gave us additional paperwork that we had to be bothered with that we initially didn't have to be bothered with prior to Trump tax reform in 2018. So I'm just giving you a brief history on how that came to be and how 2017 going into 18, how things have changed on how additional paperwork has manifested itself as a result of the tax reform changes due to Trump and even Biden. So uh, what happens is when politicians make changes to things they know nothing about, these are the things that happen uh, in certain situations all across the board. Because since Trump didn't know anything about tax preparation and taxation, he made changes and he didn't know how they would affect the people who had to do the work. Didn't really care about that because as a politician, that wasn't his concern. Because if it was, he would have kept it like it was. Because was nothing wrong with how we used to prepare the returns. It wasn't nothing wrong with the paperwork we used to have to make it all happen with prior to 2018 tax reform. Was nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? All the changes you were going to make going forward, uh, it added additional forms which was not even needed. You know, and that's the crazy parts. You know, what the additional forms he created was because we got people making changes in areas they not qualified to even make changes in. And so that's where those additional paperwork come from. So when I show you the difference between this here and the 2021 form, and then in another video, I'm gonna come back and show you the 1040, 17, and the Schedule 1, 2, and 3, and how that came to be was due to tax reform going to 2018 and beyond. That's how we came up with the Schedules 1, 2, and 3. But prior to that, we had 6 schedules. When Trump came out with the tax reform, there was 6 different schedules, believe it or not, going forward. When and as time went on, they revised them and broke them down from 6 schedules to 3, and what we have today. So, uh, and so this is here. We got the personal information section. We got the filing status. We got the exemption amount. We no longer have exemptions. They took away that for the tax reform, so we no longer deal with the exemptions anymore. That's been removed. This here's the income. This is the adjustments income. So these things still in place, but they just been reformatted and changed to cause us to have additional paperwork we need to produce when it comes to preparing tax returns. So taxes and credits, other taxes and payments, and of course the refund amounts, tax owed, designated designee, and where you sign and date, things of that nature, pay prepared section. And so these was the changes that were affected in 2018. Now, in 21, with the 2021 form, it still basically look the same for us, the personal information. Here's now the filing statuses is at the top instead of under that. They repositioned it to put the filing status at the top of the personal information versus being uh, below it, as you see here. See right here, we had the filing status below, and 21 we have it above. So that's one of the difference in the formation of the forms. And so this is the income for 2021. This is the income section we deal with. Then we go to page 2 and we deal with, this is taxes. And the way they reconfigured the forms going forward is just a hot mess. Because see, back in the day, the way the forms was formatted was much more simple and easy to keep up with. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I've been doing this 20 years, 14 years business owner, so I'm gonna make it do what it need to do anyway for me and my clients when it comes to accurately and professionally uh, preparing 1040 individual taxes for my clients. And so this is the big difference is how they got it formatted. And so it still covers all the information, but what they've done was, and like I say, in the next video I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the 1040 2017 and I'll put the 3 different schedules up and show you each one. That way you can see a clear picture of how they basically had taken these sections and broke them down. So the Schedule 1 deals with additional income and adjustments to income. So that's Schedule 1, which is this section here and this section here. So these 2 sections were pulled out and labeled Schedule 1. Going forward, Schedule 2, what they did was they took additional, they took taxes. They took taxes on Schedule 2. They took additional taxes and they took other taxes and they made that Schedule 2. So they took this section up in here, along with this section up in here, and named it Schedule 2. Schedule 3 is called non-refundable credits and other payments. And refundable credits. So on here, what they did was, this is the payment section. In the payment section, we have refundable credits mixed in here. So what they did was they broke down Schedule 3 and they labeled Part 1, they labeled Part 2, and they put a title to them. So Part 1 is non-refundable credits, Part 2 is other payments and refundable credits. So they basically took this 1040 form and they broke it down where they took sections of it and combined them to make the schedules 1, 2, and 3 we have today. Like I said, prior to that, we had 6 schedules that they broke down where we actually have more sections in the forms that they named, but they realized that, hey, we don't have to name every piece of the 1040 going forward, and that's how they turned 6 schedules into 3 because it wasn't no need to name every aspect of each section that they like they did in 2018. And so that's the difference. And so this is here, 2021. You know what I'm saying? And so the way we do the work is still universal. We still fill out the EIC form, the 8812, the child care, whatever form we need to fill out based on the things you qualify for. We still fill those things out the same way. It's just we have additional work to do when it comes to the paperwork portion. Now we got more paperwork to print out that we didn't have prior to the tax reform of 2018, which is fine. You know, I'm not complaining. It's just me breaking down the difference of tax reform starting in 2018 and how it is now to how it used to be. And so that's the difference. 2017, we had everything on 11040, and all the different forms and schedules that we had to fill out was attached to the 1040, and it was put in a certain order. And so our software automatically put that uh, information in order for us. And so you can go by how the software uh, puts the forms, the schedules in order, or you can put your own way of putting in order, those right or wrong when it comes to taking these documents once you finish the paperwork and staple them and putting them together in whatever order you want to put them in. It makes no difference. As long as the 1040 front and back is first, everything else after that, it doesn't really make a difference what order you put them in. It's just based on your learning and based on your training will dictate what orders you put your paperwork in. And now, if you simply put it in the order it comes out of the printer, then you're all good. And if you decide to rearrange it in any other way, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the 1040 17 2014 2017 form versus the current 2021 form, the reformatting of the forms, the additional schedules that were created as a result of that, which gives us additional paperwork, which can equal additional expenses for people who have to buy ink and paper, where we was already printing out a lot of paperwork in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So we was already had a lot of paperwork to print out. This gives you more paperwork to print out. And some people choose not to print out everything, they print out only certain things. And so if you need to know and want to know how to prepare individual income taxes, I offer a tax preparation course that you can take through my third party vendor that I use, or you can take the course that I teach. So I give you two options. I use a third party vendor to help me with my business because as I grow and get busy, I don't have time to teach the course per se, and so it's going to get to the point where I won't have time to teach the course going forward. So I have a third party vendor that I deal with who helps me with that. And so when it's all said and done, the thing that we're doing right now is we're preparing taxes accurately and professionally based on your individual situation. And so if you need tax preparation services right now and you don't have a place that you go that you're comfortable with on a regular basis, consider me as a tax professional who can do the work for you by reaching out and talking with me and let me talk to you and educate you and show you I'm the real deal. And that's what my channel was designed to do. My channel was designed on purpose to show my ideal client that I know what I know what I know when it comes to preparing individual income taxes and when it comes to helping people who looking to start their own tax service get started and how to make that happen. And so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you like my content, you like my flow, you like my trainings, subscribe, leave me a positive comment. That's definitely helpful to what I'm trying to do and accomplish in my business. And if you need my assistance or you know someone who's looking to start their own tax preparation service or you know someone who's looking to get their taxes done but don't have no place to go permanently on a regular basis and you think I can be of service to them, please recommend me uh, as a potential tax professional to do the work. Much greatly appreciated. And I'll see you in my next video.